This is the Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon and the Saigon Central Post Office in Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam travel information. In the middle of the bustling downtown Ho Chi Minh City, also known as Saigon, is the Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon, officially known as the Cathedral Basilica of Our Lady of the Immaculate Conception, also known as the Notre Dame Cathedral Basilica of Saigon, and right across the street is the Saigon Central Post Office. If you plan to visit Ho Chi Minh City, then watch this video to the end. Information in this video will include directions, times, and of course we'll share our own experiences and tips. Keep watching this video, and if you found it helpful, like this video and write a comment. We really want to hear from you so that we can keep improving our content. Welcome to Hipfig. If you're a travel enthusiast, then join our community by subscribing to this channel. This is the Ho Chi Minh City, aka Saigon Travel Guide series. This episode is the Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon and Saigon Central Post Office, Ho Chi Minh City Helpful Information Guide for visitors. Please give us a thumbs up if you like this video. The Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon is located at 1 Công Sha Paris, Ben Nghé, District 1. There are multiple ways to get around Ho Chi Minh City. One of the easiest ways is by taxi or the rideshare app Grab. If you're feeling adventurous, you can also take the public bus, but that's not a suggested way for new visitors to Vietnam. Hipfig will have a public transport video for Ho Chi Minh City soon, so subscribe to our travel channel so you won't miss it when it's published. We took a Grab, which is our preferred mode of transportation in Ho Chi Minh City, to the Independence Palace, and then we walked to the Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon, as it's a really short walk. We walked along Le Douane from the Independence Palace to Công Sha Paris. As you get closer to Công Sha Paris from the street, you can't miss the distinctive pink cathedral, which was going through reconstruction when we visited. The Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon's design reflects the influence of French civilization and Christianity over Saigon during their colonial period. This basilica was said to be the most beautiful cathedral of this kind amongst all the French colonies in the 1800s. All the original materials were directly imported from France, including the red bricks of the outside walls, which are more like pink now. The basilica also has two twin bell towers with a height of 60.5 meters, each with 60 bronze bells added in 1895. There are also 56 glass squares supplied by Chartres, the French town famous for its 13th century stained glass windows. In a square in front of the cathedral is a statue, Our Lady of Peace, made with granite, made in Rome. This statue has a miracle rumor, which is why it makes it a particularly popular attraction in Ho Chi Minh City. Locals claim to have seen the statue shed tears in October of 2005. Arrive earlier in the morning to avoid crowds and the heat. Although a popular tourist attraction in Ho Chi Minh City, Saigon Notre Dame Cathedral still is an active place of worship. If you would like to see the inside of the church and its beautiful stained glass, the best time to visit is during Sunday Mass at 9:30 a.m. There is no fee to attend Mass. Right across the street from the cathedral is the bright yellow building of the Saigon Central Post Office, aka the Ho Chi Minh City Post Office. It's also open from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and located at 2 Công Sha Paris, Ben Nghé, District 1. The Saigon Central Post Office was constructed when Vietnam was part of the French Indochina in the 19th century. You can see from the architecture that it has Gothic, Renaissance, and French influences. We walked across the street to the post office. Along the streets you'll see vendors outside selling food and different kinds of trinkets, but also there's a lot of them inside the post office as well. At the front of the Saigon Central Post Office, you'll see curved windows framed with green shutters, and there's a large clock featured at the building's main entrance. The Saigon Central Post Office is a marvel of colonial architecture. The city of Ho Chi Minh has meticulously maintained this building, and which is still in full operation. The Saigon Central Post Office, aside from its historical and architectural significance, is a functioning post office. You can literally buy a postcard here and mail it to your family and friends right on the spot. It makes for a great souvenir, especially for stamp collectors. The post office runs from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., although the building remains open longer for visitors to look around. By the way, there is no fee for entering into the post office. Once you walk through the main entrance, you'll be stunned by the spacious interior that has tall dome ceilings with metal arches and a gorgeous patterned floor. There are also two wings branching out from the main office from the front of the building. They sell souvenirs, postcards, and other Vietnamese craftware. So make sure to bargain. Please, once inside, don't miss the two paintings that were created just after the post office was built. The first one's located on the left side of the building, and it's a map of southern Vietnam and Cambodia from 1892. The second map of Greater Saigon is titled Saigon and its surrounding in 1892. You'll also notice that the post office has old school phone booths and it has original old paintings on the wall with wooden counters alongside its sides. They even have old glue pots to place stamps on envelopes. And there's also an area to write letters. And of course there's a big picture of Ho Chi Minh in the center there. You'll also find a tour desk and also counters that sell tickets to various attractions in Ho Chi Minh City. You can also make international calls and exchange foreign currency here as well. An interesting person of note is Mr. Duong Van Ngo. He's a man recognized by the Vietnam Guinness Book of Records. Mr. Ngo, who was fluent both in English, French, and in Vietnamese, wrote letters for 27 years for 50 cents per page for those who could not write for themselves. He would write letters at the post office from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. At the end of the wooden tables. Our feet got a little tired, and so there was room on the wooden benches. So we sat there and watched people going back and forth and looking at the awesome architecture of this building. The Saigon Central Post Office and Notre Dame Cathedral of Saigon in Ho Chi Minh City are good for the whole family, but especially for history and architecture buffs. Plan to spend an hour or more depending on your interest for both attractions. We recommend combining your visit with the War Remnants Museum or Independence Palace in Ho Chi Minh City within walking distance, or you can take a short taxi ride. After a long day of touring in District 1, we took a grab taxi back to our hotel to rest a bit before our next adventure. Happy travels! Go to hipfig.com for more information, or go to our Hipfig travel channel on YouTube and be sure to subscribe for regular updates.